If you tell somebody shut up, right, a small child, okay, he will shut up.
Yeah.
But do you think he respects you? He will, kick the door and go, and he will, react.
Yeah.
If a boss says the same, so this is our job, is through kindness to teach people. Thank you so much. I'm truly honored. Namaste to everybody, because it's a great honor to be here. I love this country. I've been coming from my childhood. It used to be Raxol, from Raxol, Biratnagar, and many trips to Kathmandu. But this was my first one since we launched the Think Human Global Initiative.
Yeah.
I needed to start my work from here in right earnest, so my wife accompanied me so that we could have a collaboration with Mr. P.K. Sherpa with his global initiative for climate control and removal of trash from the mountains.
Yeah.
So truly an honor. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you are the very famous person in the world.
No, I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled. I'm not famous at all. I'm not famous at all.
But I request you to introduce yourself for all of the Nepalese people.
I'm Raveen Arora, born and raised in Calcutta, but now we live in the United States for the last 41 years, me and my wife, and we are grandparents. And my work with my love for humanitarian work started like 65 years ago with Mother Teresa in Calcutta, then the Tibetan refugees and the Bangladeshi refugees. And my main focus has been on hunger, dealing with poor people, poverty, homelessness, and absolutely trying to provide respect and empathy and kindness towards all human beings, whether it be through nature or through service. So to me, service does not end just by feeling good or saying, I give you some money. That's not kindness, that's not empathy, but that is just a checkbook generosity, what we call it, from your purse you are giving. Yeah. But when you treat people with respect, and in any business, if there is a purpose, like I was very drawn to PK here because he was not after the record, especially after his father-son summit to the Everest.
Yeah.
He did not look for the record, but it made me so good that this gentleman is from like a son to me, is like from my heart, because when you look for recognition, service is diluted. But when you serve people without any feeling that you will get back something, and if it's, because when I always say that what we do for ourselves will die with us, but what we do for others will outlive us. That's our legacy in life, is what we do, especially when it comes to neighbors, especially when it comes to community, especially when it comes to nature, is how do we respect that? Because the worst sin is not to hate your neighbor, whether he's rich or poor, but to be indifferent to them. Because if somebody is from a lower caste or anything, you treat him with less respect, or you think he is not important. That is what we are trying to eliminate, especially in our collaboration with PK.
Yeah.
We want to reach to the rural areas and explain to them the work that he is doing may be thankless today. People won't realize the importance of thankless, that this service that he is doing, but future generations will understand that this whole thing starts what we call our sanskars, our sanskriti, insaniyat, is also not just to the animals, but also to the plants, to the trees we plant, because they will give us oxygen, they will provide us life. And especially I was drawn to the fact, my own personal initiative in Arizona, America, where I live, was for water. During the very hot summers,
Yeah.
we were providing free waters, hydrating the people so they don't have heat-related deaths. What he is doing is just the reverse, that while he's climbing the Everest, while he's scaling the mountains, the snow, but all the trash that collects on the way to the mountains makes the water less healthy,
Yeah.
less clean. So by his little thing that he's doing, one thing at a time, is actually improving humanity. It's a service to humanity, because the water that will come down will be clean. Water is the essence of life.
Yeah.
Water is life, I call it, because 2/3 of our body is water. If you really look,
Yeah.
what we are made of, 2/3 is water. So what he is doing and what we are planning to do together, or what I have done over the last 50 years, has been around that.
Yeah.
Is how do we improve the, what do you call, and this brings in peace. How do we improve the relationship with fellow human beings?
Yeah.
So the 4 principles that we launched, the Think Human Global Initiative, was to have a purpose, not just be driven by profits or making money and trying to defraud the people, or just having a singular thing about profit making,
Yeah.
because it looks good. We can buy a car, we can buy this, but remember, all of us have an expiry date. In the end, we are all going to go. It's not the zip code we live in, it's not how many homes we have, or what hotel you live, what clothes you wear, what brands, is what you did for others, how you treated people with kindness.
Yeah.
And second was, we said, people. People are our greatest resource. See, what we are doing here is through people. No amount of artificial intelligence is going to overtake human brains or humanity.
Yeah.
So we treat them. We place people first
Yeah.
before we start thinking of process or bringing in artificial intelligence, cloud computing. Yes, these are great tools
Yeah.
for humanity, but they are not replacing people. They're not replacing people. And the third thing that I promote is creating a culture where everybody feels included. Just look at what we did now. These 2 young people in the hotel don't have to do, the light, don't have to bring this, the heat lamp, but they are doing it because they are engaged, they are doing it so happily. That means they care.
Yeah.
They care for the people. So that is the culture.
Yeah.
It's not because it's strategic, that we are, important guests here, but they're doing it because you can feel it. Okay?
Yeah.
And the fourth is, that I always say, is stakeholders. Stakeholders are the community, the society at large. It's not just the owners of the business.
Yeah.
If it's just the owners of this property, yes, a lot of guests are coming in. But what do they leave with? What impression? It's the people who leave that impression. Same with PK, he's humble. He's climbed the Everest, he's scaled the Everest with his son. But look at, what he's trying to do, small things. Okay, but that will make a big difference eventually.
Yeah.
So this is our initiative to launch in Nepal,
Yeah.
which needs, is developing country. It needs this kind of awareness at the rural level, but it has to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
We are starting from here. Okay, we went and planted, my wife and me, we planted trees.
Yeah.
Not just trees of friendship, there's trees that will grow, and he can take it during the expedition, the trekking expeditions, but we want people to understand that this is the tree of life that we are planting, tree of friendship, tree of humanity. We have to, create that environment
Yeah.
that will eventually bring peace. There won't be strife, there won't be jealousy. Nepal is also a country where there's very rich people and poor people.
Yeah.
There's a conflict,
Yeah.
The rich are getting richer, The poor are not, the middle class is, not able to catch up with them.
Yeah. More inequality.
More inequality, and this is where if we start making them feel good, they'll work harder, they will feel less okay, and also have the people who are the stewards of business, who are the owners of businesses, who can sponsor that awareness. If Think Human can get sponsors from Mr. PK Sherpa for his awareness campaign. He was following me on social media several years, and then last year I called him. This is really good. Eventually we ended up speaking on phone, and I called him Beta because he seemed very young. Beta to me is a very endearing term, like a son. Okay, that's how I would call my own son, Beta. And he was in tears. He says he's missing his father. His father passed away long ago. You know, he never felt so good. So he asked me, can I call you Baba or Papa? You know?
Yeah, it's nice.
And that was the day I told my wife that we have to go to Nepal, and we must make this promise that we will meet and we will launch this collaboration together. Think Human is globally very recognized, not because of my work. I'm a very insignificant member of the community, but the message that we are giving resonates with everybody. It's a message, universal message of kindness, empathy, tolerance, forgiveness, you know, and relationship building. It's not a return on investments, but it's more a return on relationships. So this was the human return on relationships that we came and spent this time. 4 principles. It's at a workplace, because especially in developed countries, the employees are numbers. You know, they don't exist if they don't perform. But to make them perform, you have to make them feel important, make them feel included. Because let's say you were doing something, but nobody acknowledged you, nobody respects your work. Even if it's the person who is sweeping the toilet, he's doing a very important work. In the hospitality business, the guy who washes the dishes or brings the food is the most important person, because we bond around food. So Think Human started like that because we were seeing a lot of inequality, we were seeing a lot of discrimination, a lot of exclusion. So I felt the need that we'll have to shed this illusion, what we call it, like a magician. Oh yeah, we are very equal, we are very equal, all good, you know. We take care of people, but they are not really taking care of people. So that started the Think Human part. Then it came into communication. Many people in organizations don't communicate. If you have a vision, if you don't communicate what you want to do and take responsibility as a leader, you know, if your employee has made a mistake and you have not trained him or her, be strong enough, be humble enough to take that responsibility, because you have to lead by example. To me, a leader is one who knows the way, walks the way, shows the way, you know, just not talk only, but he can, you know, show the way. So that was the second thing that we started. Then third thing was that guided me for Think Human was about listening. We don't listen to people, we hear. Don't respond just to react, but feel, weigh what they are doing. Because if we listen, like we say, listen to your heart, listen to your conscience, it may not be illegal. Something we do is not illegal, but at the same time, you know, it's not right. What is right? That is the human quotient in Think Human. You know, we treat people with that human quotient. And fourth, we say, be humble. Be humble. Because it's like a tree. A tree that has a lot of fruit, is always bending like this.
Yeah.
If you go to a good school, go to a good college, the principal talks the least. Okay? The principal talks the least. He talks one word, two words. Before you go to his office, you are already shaking.
Yeah.
Why am I called? So same way is that we have to be, in a way, humble by talking, but soaking in what others' feelings are. So these were the few things that helped me over the years to come and formulate the Think Human. But how it's going to relate to PK is very simple. He will create the awareness. He's best suited because all the qualities that I told you, I find in this gentleman. So I find that there's nobody better to run with this awareness than PK. So he will do the whole awareness campaign here. Himself, directly, indirectly, and we will provide all the backup support from the US that we can. If we were to take out all the trees, let's say nature, environment is threefold. One, we talk about climate. Climate comes from where? The trees. If we cut the tree out, deforestation, what we call it, okay, what happens? The oxygen becomes less, the plants don't grow, the people don't have, water, because they retain water, the trees, okay, retention. The shade we provide, there will be sun. It hits the oceans, when we say climate change, it's the heat, the global warming, what we call it, through pollution, through this. But those are abstract things when we call it. But when we connect with human, who are we going to benefit in the end? Who benefits with all these actions is a human being. Human being.
Exactly.
Okay, when we say don't fish in the ocean, preserve the sea life, okay, or preserve the wildlife. Why are we preserving the wildlife? Is because they have their own role in this universe, in this globe. But if we preserve the wildlife, they are not coming out of their natural habitat, right? When they see a lion or a cheetah here, or a leopard, people run from the village, right? They're going to attack. They try with the stick, they try with the fire, they send it away, back to there. But if we believe in this relationship of nature and humanity, it has a direct correlation. It has a very direct correlation with humanity. Because in the end, to be human or to be humane, when we say be humane, is being kind, being empathetic, being sympathetic, that's being humane. But to think human, or is to be human, to be a good human being, you have to first start by thinking human, right? Unless we think human in our system, in our DNA, we will not be human. And that brings in the elements of nature that we worship, right? Earth, wind, fire, right? These are all natural disasters, acts of God, what we call it. But these are all directly related to reforestation, deforestation, planting more trees, giving shade, because the hydroelectric power that we will generate is also directly related, okay, for water generation, energy thing. Why do ACs? In the olden days, there was no ACs. There were forests. There were trees, right? People could sit under the tree and have the shade, or they would cover with the leaves. Where did that come from? It came from nature. Okay, so just small examples. I wrote, this will be like I'm talking about myself, but I didn't want to, because my parents were very poor. We were refugees when India got divided. So we had very little to work with, go to a school by walking, go to ration shop, get the ration, two sets, so you become, instead of doing other things, you focus on the books, studies. So I was a young chartered accountant, which is the highest degree in accounting. Then by 26, I had written 6 books on business, accounting, finance, corporate law, making me the youngest author in the world to write 6 books. Later, I did not do books. I was speaking, doing consulting, and some of my cases are still the most important cases in maritime history. They appeared in the London Times, big cases, and now after that I wrote a couple of books in collaboration. Before I did Think Human, book called Think, and now I'm working on my autobiography. It's a memoir that says stars shine in darkness. Stars will shine in darkness. Whenever you look at a dark sky, you look at stars. They shine throughout, but the light comes out when the sky is dark, right? Then you see them. So the analogy was my journey from a refugee child to a refuge is because we did not have anything, we were poor, and today I have everything God gave me. It's like this cycle, okay? God gave me everything that I should be very blessed, very thankful for. So that memoir is going to be a testament, and I was waiting for that final printout because I wanted to meet PK. He would complete me. So one of our pictures will be the last thing to go. The book is ready to publish, to roll for print, but I've been holding the publishers that till I come back from Nepal, my journey is not complete.
To include PK's story
in my book.
It's
as a picture with him and me.
It's very good for Nepalese people.
And there will be more books to come because I love reading. My wife always say, if I can't find my husband, you can always find him in a bookshop. I met her in Hong Kong, and it's been 41 years.
It's possible.
She was a client of mine. So she was a client of mine. But 41 years we have been married, we have stayed best friends, and the only secret for that is respect each other. Complete respect for each other. We are same age, but you can see, very devoted, and I'm very blessed. We are very blessed. Love and life is, if you are married, are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
So be in love every day, okay? I was blessing a couple 2 weeks ago, and the only thing I said, marriage is not a destination, it's the start of a journey. A lot of high, low, roadblock, traffic jam will come, but don't lose respect, don't try to change the other, because stay best friends and fall in love every day. Then you'll be okay, and let it go. Because no point arguing, okay? Because unless you feel, that it's not then over, but it's always good to keep that respect and let it go. Means don't take it personally, and don't try to change the other person. It's okay. Each person has his own thing, but it all boils down to one word: respect. Service is, as I said, is a journey. Okay? Service is a journey. It's not a destination. You continue to wake up hungry. You continue to wake up humble and be grateful for what you have. Be kind to people, respect them. Whatever work they are doing, or whoever you are, wherever you are, because think that kindness has no religion. Being kind has no religion, because kindness is the only language the blind can see and the deaf can hear. Because you hold somebody's hand kindness. You go to a hospital, old people, anything that you do with love and compassion.
Yeah.
And this will go a long way in Nepal because people want that. I see driving when I'm in the car or sitting, I'm seeing how hard they are working. Okay, whether at the end of the day they will even have 2 meals to feed their family or not, but at least they are trying their best. So do your best, and do your best, and do from your heart, not from your head, because in the end it's the heart that really matters.
Okay.
Head is not going to matter.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this your
Thank you
time.
again. Thank you.